then all of a sudden we don't get G2 versus FaZe. If Ents close that, it is G2 versus FaZe 3-0 for the 3-0. And of course, Apex get a chance to take down Ents. What a run that could be. But enough of all that. Let's fixate in on this one, folks. Fluxo, Monte, fireworks guaranteed, and the first firecracker comes from Waro. A one-tap into Phelps.
Yeah, and also in terms of the Waro switching over to SDY for the calling, I actually like that. I think it's kind of weird that it's before the major, but I feel like I could have expected that before they, if they had said that was already the case, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. As, SDY coming from Na'Vi, of course, with so much good information. Oh, my goodness.
Hello.
Did he just have his, softest slippers on? VSM did not hear him running down those steps.
He drags his feet. Silently gets behind them. But with the kill inside a connector, they can just sprint it, eh? Go ahead, dodge that couple of flanks that are both still inside connector coming at him. Krasnal inside sights. Hopping players, hoping still to get in. And Boros and some...
B.
That's the kind of pace that Monte are going to bring to you. You've got Boros in your spawn. You've got Waro prying down connector. This will be defined as fire and fire. But a quick save out of Fluxo. Monte are looking to basically do the exact same thing that Apex are, looking to be a team that comes, because if we look at, if we look at the journey of say Gamer Legion, Apex, and of course Monte coming in from the European RMR, using an RMR that maybe had lesser competition in order to get more of these types of teams in attendance in Paris, especially not having to use one of those last chance qualifier slots. But Monte just had the disservice of starting versus FaZe. Damn close game as well. These ones getting mopped up. There's a couple of kills uncomfortably for Monte coming out of Fluxo, but all is looking good. Again, flanks, constant, the aggression from Boros. You have to stop him.
And some players he peaks look like chumps who are, in terms of stature, way above.
So here we go with weapons in hand. See what Fluxo can offer up. It's going to be Phelps at the helm, quickly up connector, opening kill, a chance at a second, but Waro, oh, poor Woody. Gets popped in the background. Lukowski comes back to recover. Sumdai Young stuck on an aisle. But Lukowski does double back towards B. VSM versus DemQQ. Flash off the mark. So an easy hold outside of Monster. And now Lukowski unfortunately has a tall order with 3 players left alive and only half of his health.
Yeah, Flash not designed for that close Monster play, of course.
The Waro 2K.
2K.
Yeah, I was like, wait. Huh?
Finally got someone to carry the mantle for Stewie whenever somebody gets a 2K.
That's true. Can't forget about Stu.
But if Bart 4K is Bartak, then Waro can be Warak. Wartak. Wardick.
Cook on. Cook it up. Cook it up.
On.
Cook on, brother.
Keep calm and...
Like Lukowski is right now. Look at to spice up the last 30 seconds of round 3. They've already heard him. Boros. Yeah, that'll... if he thinks he has any element of surprise. You got 2 crosshairs trained on you. Fire with fire, said Woody.
On overpass. When we talk about Fluxo's games, we're talking about 100% of their overpass games played versus specifically against South American competition, not even the NA players, NA teams at the RMR, so very limited in terms of practice. Lost to Picada, actually, in their most recent map. And they lost to Imperial, even though the game was somewhat close, a team that is actually quite good, even internationally on overpass.
Yeah.
A la, Cloud9 at Antwerp. Everyone remembers that. But still a loss.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that, coming from Monterey, having been there, having watched the teams that arguably could have taken Fluxo's place, it all boils down to that last day of competition where we had Nouns have to play Liquid. Nouns took a map off.
Fall final, they got stomped there, of course, but, even History, who's like the newest addition to this team, looked very good. I actually don't have a problem with any of these players individually besides Woody. I think just as a team, they're just not playing CS that activates the players that they have in any way that's relevant to modern CS. And that's the problem. But I think that's a good prospect. I would rather kind of change my style than have to pick up new players, because I don't think they have to do that. VSM, Lukowski, Phelps, this is a super strong core in my opinion.
Some Die Young sliding out of bathrooms. It's a one and done. Traded back by Woody. This time he will get the trade. Unlike that moment in Connector. DemQQ with the headshot to Lukowski. Not going to get out of Connector or Deep Con. And this is going to leave Waro 2K comfortably in short. He could have sat around, but with his teammate leaving, he's a little cautious about another Connector player. They're rotating up to A preemptively. When Fluxo are making the right call, stack outside of Monster to try and get there first.
Yeah, he's not in a bad spot though, and sometimes I worry about Fluxo because they'll just, you know, negate an angle or forget about it. Here's some damage coming in. They're going to activate, looks like, with this little bit of information. They'll molly off short as well, which is huge.
Heaven player
up top.
Fires through the smoke. AWP from Fluxo's in the background. Boros, Boro, he falls off. So the timing is changed here on the boost. They will still erect it. DemQQ stops bomb plant. And while that boost gets absolutely nothing done, DemQQ is just finding frags up from heaven. So now History, who is hoping to have to be left in a clutch with the op, instead has a 1v3 that feels impossible. And so even with that boost on...
And take place.
Back in action. And looking to keep this one as clean as possible. Nice 5-0 start for Monte's CT side. There have been moments for Fluxo, but more hot individuals on the defense thus far. No bomb plants and no full buy here, number 6. Boros goes to try and support DemQQ inside of short side, but they both fall back into the bomb site as the monster smokes come up. This would be a very easy transition for Fluxo if they just want to try and hit monster, and we've got players here inside of water playing with grenades. Boros fully flashed. He's got a MAC-10 gunning him down, and DemQQ with the double kill falls back, draws them outwards, forces Lukowski to chase him deep, and that Tech-9 can't get more, but Lukowski also had the bomb. Phelps tries the same thing, gets hyper-aggressive, takes the fight to them. It's an excellent pounce out of Fluxo to punish what were 2 players caught off guard. But those 2 players that are still up in Waro and Krasnal are better equipped, and now that pop, that energy, it's evaporated.
I think Waro's playing it pretty well from this specific angle because he knows the bomb has to come back up. Krasnal making sure they can't push. Monte will resign here to CT and wait for the bomb to get planted. No further tactics taking place besides patience here from Fluxo. Bomb will now cross up onto the plant. No nades to assist them off of this position. Pressure on Krasnal to get a kill as the rifler in the situation.
Just gets away. Before that peek comes through, Waro with the double. Listen, the fact they grabbed the AK, pulled bomb back into the bomb site, gave themselves a post plant, had the makings of an upset here for this one. Fluxo pouncing heaven, but none of that unfolds the way it could have for Fluxo. 6-0 Monte. Guns back in for the tease, though. And that's at least a little bit of confidence. You were able to make something happen with little. So now that your plates are full, let's see it.
Well, we saw the third 16-0 in major history take place, and genuinely, I think Desk did entertain the idea that this is actually another matchup that could potentially be in the realm, of that score line, whether or not it's actually 16-0 or not, and that is definitely true. We're already, of course, breaching territory where it's going to be hard to climb back into, but
if Greyhound can do it versus 4s,
then certainly. Monte could do it versus Fluxo. 2 rounds versus Pain. Lots of games where they just fall so hard. Some games where they take over, but I think we're already past the point where they're simply going to take over.
Missed chance with the AWP.
Just stays, yeah.
Doesn't move, man. Waro 2K. Freed from the shackles of in-game leadership. Happy to just hold the line. Will force the remnants of Fluxo to take long instead. Krasnov with an off angle. It's going to catch Woody off guard, and it's a clean shot, but History will have him pinned in the corner. Can't move. Molly on top of him. This could be a recovery kill, and sure enough, it is. But 35 seconds, we've got still Waro 2K up inside of Connector, not looking to flank or join his teammates on the bomb site yet.
Yeah, and he's just patrolling. He's like, I've got the 7-second rotation downstairs, if anything, and it's already past the point that they can do anything with it. And that's their opportunity.
All
he took one peek because there's no time to even go B now. And like, they know the two players are now at A, almost certainly.
And they're going to make a rush for it. They're going to try this 2v2 inside of the A site. I mean, Demq's low health at least, but Sumdai Young.
Oh my God.
Instant headshot. Looks real good, but no coverage on the bomb plant, and it gets stopped. Time decides here. Lukowski, not even given an opportunity in the 1v2, will finish off Waro 2K, a cost.
7 straight.
Props to History for a couple clean AWP kills, but
Yeah, individually, man. He looks good too. Yeah.
trying to piece it all together. Phelps, hyper-aggressive inside of the B site, will catch Krasnov off guard. Now they've got double up on Monster, and they turn their attention back. Oh my God, Boros behind them, behind him, and Lukowski up in con. No scope by Waro 2K, who's piecing together a 1v3. Can't follow through just yet, has to put out the Molotov. Can throw a frag for the bomb planter. And now he's got both these players at half health or less. 12 and 4 on the half already. I mean, if anybody's gonna do it, it's Waro 2K, and the instant headshot.
Oh, he thinks it's a monster play.
It's just gotta be Woody.
Time's gonna burn at this point, so Waro doesn't see anything on this gamble.
There's M4s and AKs to pick up.
He clears out the important position, so I don't know, Woody, he's just standing out in the open. Oh
what? Okay, 1v3 for Waro 2K.
Well, okay.
Unpack that one.
They are fiery bunch.
You know what they say, man. C'est la vie.
Yeah.
NT go next. Round 9 could be the first. The first of what could be 7 for this T side. Waro 2K looking like a monster, though. And I don't think the, the more I think about it, the more I side with you. I'm like, I don't think the in-game leadership thing is really that big of a deal. I know it sounds weird that you're doing it.
Actually kind of normal, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, there was a while back on like the Mad Lions Waro 2K.
And SDY is the one used to getting hit by the Blade textbooks, right?
Yeah.
So I like it.
SDY has trained under the support of the Grand Wizard of the CIS region. Boro's hopping around. Gun back up. It's an entire pack of Fluxo players looking to pummel this B site. They're getting close, but Boros shaves Lukowski off the back end of the hit. Phelps is still stuck inside of short water. It's him versus Sumdai Young soon enough. DemQQ waiting for the attack to come through, and no cover on the bomb plant, but VSM still capitalizes with a double kill, which means it's still a man advantage. Phelps turns his back, and this is a near mirrored image to Waro 2K's 1v3. This time Fluxo grab that bomb and run, sprinting for that A site, leaving VSM back behind them as Sumdai Young is heard.
I think
bomb could double back, it won't.
They could run it back, but yeah, VSM will just join up. I mean, they have CT control, so a very hard round for SDI to win. They're not playing towards long in this position. But he still actually made quite good time, and they've actually just both played in the site, so there was a chance.
History is holding this. VSM would have to trade.
He watched, but he hadn't really completed it yet. And I think the important thing, though, was VSM got a 2K, whether or not it was the player who covered the bomb plant, and that won the round.
And look at the position that it's put Monte in. We've got a noob tube on Sumdai Young. We've got pistols on Krasnov and Boros. 1 round after 8 losses straight. They've got a real chance at a follow-up. Missed shot from the AWP, 2 missed shots. Still sticks around, can't escape. Lukowski chases him down, and see, those are the kinds of moments where you don't think Lukowski will do what he does.
Yeah.
But he's not afraid of a little fire. Pops back up through the doorway, dies out to DemQQ. Behold again.
It's Boros on a deagle.
Doesn't that scare you in all the right ways?
Okay.
But misses his chance to best Woody. And so the bomb plant happens at A site, and Fluxo will take this chance versus lesser weapons to add a second to the scoreboard.
Yeah, and it looks like they did at least get enough players dead in these last few rounds to make this as tough as possible for Monte to score another buy. So Op gets carried forward, DemQQ on a rifle, Fluxo with 2. Not out of the woods just yet, but it's great to get the pair of rounds in a row to start a comeback. Zeus literally had a heart attack like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The best part is he makes the funniest jokes about it too.
Yes, he does.
He said, I think he said like during the RMR, I was like, man, that game almost gave me a, wait a second. With Fluxo playing, I mean. But as you can see, he's taken extremely good in English, in his second language, puts together some of the most detailed, honest, and enthralling interviews that really just give you so many that gives you so much insight into, you know, his teams and his rosters, and almost always with a smile on his face. I really love his energy, honestly.
Yep. Humble all the while. Good representative for Brazilian CS. Little pressure comes in from Connector. DemQQ gets worse for wear by spamming in the con wall. Boros attempts a cross. I don't know if he didn't expect history to be ready. Flashbang blinds everybody, though.
Oh, these are good flashes.
And Woody's going to try to follow around the corner. Will catch 2 headshots. Woody looking for sweet revenge. Will find what he wants. Gets a 3rd kill as well versus Sumdai Young. And Monte have lost their B bomb site.
I lost it, and they've lost 3 rounds in a row. Those flashbangs on the attack look great from Fluxo. And yeah, even though Boros tries to jump across short without a molly down, it's still a hard shot for history to hit, and he nails it. So you do love to see that. Fluxo top of the board for what it's worth, even though we've only got 3 here for Fluxo.
But, you know, 3 on the most CT-sided map in the map pool. We do have to remember that Fluxo's T side.
What an aberration! Like you almost never see that. Actually, there was no other player at his comparative level that had something like that going. Invaluable for T side. That's why we saw this massive price tag for him, even when he was a very unknown quantity. Rounds like that are why.
People have to remember how much money it took to put together this Fluxo roster.
Yeah,
this is not, you know, I feel like MAUs cost less, much less. So OG, much less.
Yep. Got 2 great examples, yeah, for sure.
This round, they're going to get aggressive. Boros, sick of sitting inside bomb site. Why do I have to hide behind Toxic when I can go to them? He extends out through Monster. Will get caught on the fallback by Woody, but we do still have another CT out on a peninsula. It's DemQQ. And obviously, Woody's never going to see that one coming. He thought he caught the guy on the retreat. They didn't see the second as well when Boros picked up his kill. So
yeah, that was good order of operations to get him out of there. 2v3, however.
Timings on timings as Phelps manages to split through into the A site.
Yeah, he also smells that there is a second player on A they haven't found yet.
But the bomb is actually going back from T-spawn over towards Monsters.
Oh,
it's so weird.
Here, look at this. I mean, we're watching our flank and bathroom, so Phelps, he's going to not have the edge. Waro, just really smart positioning right there. And even though history is unknown, it's 1v3. We'll see if he can put together the clutch.
Seen some nice op shots, and the bomb will go down. He's going to have
utility.
Quick pressure on the back, though. Short player taking up the attention. Beautiful.
See why you get successful. And no team was good in basically everything except for Heroic at the moment. But like in terms of Monte, the only reason we don't say they're just like the best aimers in the world is because they haven't won the tournaments, they haven't whatever. But in terms of recent form, like if you want to ask other teams how they rate Monte, they're going to say something along those lines. These guys shoot hard.
DemQQ wall bangs Lukowski. We do get slightly awkward timing there as Boros gets up into playground. Sumdai Young kept honest by Woody down beneath him, so man advantage has been given away.
That's pretty good. Do they know about Boros? He wrapped around from long, so
They don't.
I guess not. This is such a key spot to be in this position because of the 2 players dead on A. He re-clears everything towards the A site, locks off the connector rotation back up, and gives his teammates the word that they need to get ready for a monster hit. So they're going to start to walk over, and this was actually a problem for them, not getting into good spots to stop the monster crawl out. Now they'll double up at barrels.
But it is still a 4 versus 2, and Krasnal doesn't even have his gun out. Knife in hand, swaps back, has to jump over. Now they've unraveled it. Boros has been killed on the flank. DemQQ still fighting.
They don't know about Krasnal.
No, because that could have been DemQQ's smoke, so now he's going to catch them both.
Amazing.
Head tucked, patience pays off.
Yeah, it's crazy just to have the multi-layered aggressive defense on the CT side, on A site, and then for Boros, with the information there, sadly for Fluxo, it's hard to figure that out. You know, there could be a 3rd guy in that spot, but since he got there so early, it set up this play. They don't double up barrels without that information, and that information is king. They win the round because of it.
If I left a guy hiding in a smoke in a 1v2, but no. Hook, line, and sinker.
No, it's actually important that you swing, right? Because if you don't, then you might get both hard cleared at the same
100%.
time.
I thought maybe when he climbed over Toxic because the fire was on him, that could have unraveled it too.
Oh, wait,
but
what's happening here?
We've got Waro standing point blank versus a Tech 9. So shot to the side.
3 spotted here from the CT side, but can't really punish.
No, not in a position to capitalize. As of course, this is still a round where they've got something to work with. Woody comes through with the AWP. Flashback. Most other players on the team save some money for that 15th round. Woody catches Boros,
my God.
Jumping all over the place. Lukowski's kind of lucky to be alive. There's been a few of those awkward moments just like that.
Yeah, well, that's a play that wouldn't make your professor happy, but at the same time, it's a passing grade. They lock it down, they get top bathrooms control, they've got a 3v2 position, and they didn't have much to work with on this round, so that free upgrade's nice. But we've seen actually great mid-rounds from Monte in spots like this, so I don't think Fluxo feel like they're through it just yet. Woody on his old op, sometimes referred to as Zywood.
Oh, Lord. Spotted, but yet still.
Didn't clear it.
And now he knows history's right here. As recent bout of success from them, right? His RMR was excellent. The only games at the RMR that he went negative in with a red rating was the best of 3 versus Vitality, when essentially the whole team did. Other than that,
that's a really good shout.
Put up serious impact, and I think was slept on by a lot of people coming into this stage of the major. You know, the same way you would sleep on Monte.
Right. This setup has been sort of missing here from Monte's game plan, where a lot of rounds have ended towards Monster. This is sort of the best counter that you could ask for, and a good way to end the rounds. We don't know where Fluxo are going to go, of course. Oh, and it looks like they're just not comfortable with that. Just fall back out of that spot. SDY getting close to the flank. They want to figure out if it's going to be Monster. I think around the 40-second mark, SDY can start to turn the corner. 1 kill here down at B. Let's see if SDY speeds up, actually. Yes, he will. And this is the play of the hour.
Yeah, Krasnal's ready as well. This would just be such a drop kick into the back of Fluxo to send them into that second half with only 3 rounds to their name.
Bomb scored. Bomb decides the round. Looking back towards the A site as SDY gets closer.
Done.
Ooh, cut off at the neck.
Nothing you can do now. Poor Woody, stuck between so many CTs and the clock.
Sympathy now for Fluxo instead of thinking about yourself, how you split your knee open on the corner of a table. And also, I'm sorry, I would never want to be you in this kind of situation.
Ever. Here we go. Come on, Fluxo. I believe Prof said between 0 and 5. Right now with 3, par for the course. Pistol would help. It'd be such a sigh of relief. DemQQ awaits them. Oh,
wow.
Dude, bends a bullet around into the forehead of VSM.
Kidding.
Knocks his teeth out. And he's fired up, man. He's ready for the next one. He's got the bomb back behind him. There's the kit as well. Nicely highlighted. CTs will need to go grab it, but off of the flash.
Beautiful.
He can't get all three.
Oh, but they have A now because they have the third player spotted here. Now they know it's 1-1 to sites or 2 in B. So obviously odds say hit the A site and just hope. Woody, with the sole USP in this position, could change the tide of things if he hits a shot or two. We'll see if he can do it. No, it'll be Boros. Teammate behind him, Lukowski.
Bombs going B. Oh, there is something regular going down. Doesn't have to be weird out of the gate. You know, we can still follow the Cinderella stories that could occur in the 2-2 games, but day one, just give us one day of realized expectations. Monte sussing out this B site pretty quickly. Boros at the front of it. VSM doubles back, gets a chance with the Desert Eagle. Now they're looking to pounce on him, and they will. A couple players towards Con could try and throw a wrench in the works, but it's a bomb plant. Nothing stopping him now. Monte 14th queued up already. And this, I think, bodes really well for the Monte story, right? Because we're talking about a team, and this goes back to like, well, with LMBT not being able to attend the event, which is a very unfortunate story, we thought maybe Monte can't do it. But to me, LMBT and the tactics of Monte were never the win conditions. You know, I got some messages, people asking, like, do you still have faith or not?
Because he's not here doesn't mean that he can't help, right? In terms of the preparation, he can still do. I would say,
good point.
You know, 80% of his job, right?
Yes.
As since you can't talk during rounds, since you can't whatever, that definitely he still can have a huge impact. I'm sure he would love to be here, and it's really sad that he isn't. But sorry.
But great point. You know, the win conditions take a victory over Cloud9 at the RMRs. Get through challengers unscathed. You had to open versus FaZe, and not just a FaZe directly after the RMRs where they would have been weakened, but a FaZe who went to Rio and showed marked improvements, who have been touting their preparation coming into this stage, and still 16-14. Monte have given themselves an excellent first day if they can close this one convincingly. And everything is leading us to believe exactly that will happen here. It's a Scout and a Famist and 3 pistols. You know, Monte aren't even going to have to show much of a playbook on this T side.
Yeah, they could save that for another day on Overpass, it feels like, as the 5v4 comes in looking for 15. Nose flash here on Monster. Would he lead all of that, but not hear anything else? But I don't think Monte need to be shy.
Woody hoping to float away from that. Boros not going to half-ass it. Gets a double headshot into the B site. Scout and the Famist, the 2 pieces that were meant to do something, still haven't even had a chance to shoot. Lukowski scouring with the Scout. While Sumdai Young starts the flank behind them, Scout will find its mark. Bomb is a bit slow on the approach. Phelps,
wait a second, SDY didn't hear that?
I guess not.
He was running up really close, but it doesn't matter at this point. Unfortunately for Phelps, with 25 seconds, he's saving in like the most annoying position ever. It's like, oh, if I had more time in the clock, I could really eat my heart out. But what the hell
and he gets third. It's nothing but a technicality here around 16.
Yeah. Well, when it rains, it pours. Potentially one more rifle round here for Fluxo, as they fan out across both sites. 3 on the A setup. No telling what Monte want to try to do. And a well-placed grenade here to kick things off, but an even better kill for Phelps. We're just sad in it.
There we go. Says, I'll take your 50 damage and raise you 100. A fast flank from Woody could end up unraveling what's looking like a pretty quick B rotate from Monte.
Wait, he wasn't spotted, and 2 players are flanking B. This position is about to distill into something absolutely ridiculous. And Boros gets spotted, but it's
nobody's turning.
A weird dink. You know, he's still at 73 health. He's happy to fight, and Phelps, he's going to be like, what the hell? I was supposed to get that kill. He's gone. And the T's can actually walk back upstairs, but the flank from Woody, surely.
Yeah,
this is a Fluxo round, right?
100%. No solution. Sumdai Young knows that the flank is right here, or still gets caught. Doesn't maybe think that they'd push that deep. Now the bomb's fallen in front of him. Woody gonna clean up DemQQ as well. So sure enough, with guns in hand, a CT side can start. It will start like a sprout, but it'll blossom into nothing more.
Well, actually,
what if?
I mean,
What if Boros closes with a 1v3? What if there are two 1v3s in this 16-3? What if, I say? Because not this time. Fluxo with a fourth at the very, very least.
This is going to be, this is going to be a free solo climb, okay? And it's going to be a mixed, it's going to be mixed climbing. It's going to be, they need an ice pick. There's going to be parts of this mountain that fall apart. They melt as they climb up. They get one chance.
Yeah. They can ice pick, one shoe, and half a container of liquid chalk.
And Zeus watching from the bottom, telling you what to do next, and you just happen to interpret everything perfectly on this attempt. That's what we're about to witness here if Fluxo make this comeback. 11 rounds to go to do it.
And for the record, folks, in a free solo climb, you fall, you die. Fluxo looking not to slip up. 11 rounds demanded of them from here on out. 4v4 immediately with the long contact. Boros just looking to keep this one smoothly moving forward. Holding down that W key, but walking all the while. Now we start to see more Fluxo members starting to come up, trying to save Woody from what would seem to be certain death. The rest of them making a ruckus on the approach. Waro 2K now ready for that dumpster peak, but in fact, VSM goes bank. That could bode well. Boros didn't see it, just looked away.
Nasty.
Right? Dirty little peek through a crack on Optimus Prime. Now Waro 2K also peels away from this. That A site suddenly seems a little sketchy.
I think they're still gonna. They just don't have time to change it up. At least Fluxo don't know about the too long at the moment.
Flashes in the middle of it all.
Great kill.
VSM holds the line. Woody's going to let him get close, though. And Woody puts up another with just these weird little positionings. Waro 2K with another chance. Do what you got to do.
Sometimes it's about buying your teammates time to get into the rhythm.
Lesser weapons here for Monte, but that can be horrifying sometimes because that means an unleashed Boros, Waro, DemQQ. Phelps' position on party, though. Ooh, not able to get more than just the first. Luckily, History's here to pick up pieces. Shut him down with the USP. Fast push into the water as well.
Well, the first half went. Sometimes you have a 13-2 half, not nearly as dominant as it looks by the scoreline. Within those rounds, there was lots of chances, lots of clutches that went one way. Money went wrong in all the certain rounds, and then you think, okay, there's a chance they can actually pull this back. We don't have those markings in this matchup, of course. So, yes, this game has the makings of a fake comeback. It's starting to look good on CT side. One slip up will cost you everything, and there's no reason to doubt Monte. So, listen, nobody has to believe in you for you to make things happen. And in fact, people start believing if you do. So, Fluxo, nothing else to do today. Why not give it everything you got, even if it's going to be hard.
History barely standing after that engagement with Boros. But any engagement with Boros that you can get away alive, you take those. We're going to get the CTs getting active outside Monster. Lukowski punishes DemQQ, who's just operating on his own, shooting through smokes, trying to puff his chest a bit, but it just welcomes the attack instead. They get ahead of it. Call his bluff. Meanwhile, Bathrooms walk up. Waro 2K is going to have to clear close left. Looks like he's aware, but yeah, Shadow gives it away, and Phelps able to push this into a 5 versus 3. Monte, your job is not done yet. As they rotate down to the B site, they'll be met by the very last smoke grenade that Fluxo have to offer. Comes down at a critical timing in the round, though.
Yeah, it's solid. While they're making noise in this spot, they have to save at this point. So
give it up.
Well done here from Fluxo. Nice move there from Phelps on the opposite side of the divider. Of course, he's instantly getting it hard cleared with his opponent purveying the A site for as long as he does. So it's important for him to take a proactive step out, not just hold that flat angle after seeing the shadow. Makes it look good, too. And Fluxo will be quite proud of themselves, I think, to win around this dominantly. And so sort of stealing the crown from Greyhound in that regard. Greyhound, obviously.
I feel like we fed that narrative, you and I, because we were in Monterey, you know? So
yeah.
I feel like we kind of raised the alarm bells on Fluxo and the pain head-to-head.
Yeah.
Talked to a few people who thought like, oh, domestic matchup, maybe they could, but we saw how it went down in Monterey. 8 rounds in a best-of-3 versus Pain is what they put up. 8 rounds versus Monte is what they're on the brink of. But Boros, as Phelps is waiting for that playground fight, he gets a face full of Boros. And now Woody kind of floating around in bathroom, given a chance. You know, Boros takes an attempt through the smoke, but
they're just creeping now.
Gets punished. Woody decides not to just fully retreat as well. He's got the support from a connector play. 2 players up in con with nothing behind them. So these T's unprepared for it. Backs turned here from Krasnal. DemQQ wins the trade frag. Will he expect a second? Absolutely not. Lukowski strikes him down. And now it falls into the long play from Monte. Waro 2K and Sumdai Young crossing over, clearing bathrooms, and now just dealing with the rotate up from history. Because Lukowski is still so far removed. And that smoke will nullify history temporarily. Waro trying to carve a path deep into the corner here, but also doesn't want to expose himself to what could be the Lukowski wraparound. Now they know there will be nothing up from connector because Lukowski's doubled all the way back. Sumdai Young to clutch. Though Fluxo, 1 foot in front of the other, getting closer to tying this up. Forcing Monte to change up the speed, the tempo, and the direction. Setting themselves up outside of B. Still, connector, I feel like, has been pretty dominated to the favor of Fluxo in the last few rounds. Krasnal and Phelps here as well. There's a very important 1v1.
Yeah.
Phelps loses it, but at least the boost just draws it right back. At least. There's a fallback plan there from Fluxo.
Wow, they say let's just do it fast. Double push coming in from the short side. DemQQ watching. Oh,
making sound. But the trade comes back and forth. Woody comes out on top of it. Sumdai Young can't quite capitalize on the headshot, but Waro 2K sure can. Evened out, 2v2. Bomb picked up and he doubles back. BSM, oh no! Can't finish off Sumdai Young. Even though he had the better angle, even though he had the jump on him, and now history is forced to clutch. Sumdai Young with the coverage of the smoke as it fades. He falls behind pillar. And history hoping somebody peeks him individually. Separated 1v1s is what he needs. Throws the Molotov deep towards short. A frag grenade could kill Sumdai Young, but instead he strikes back. Cuts them off. And will, in fact, end this 16-8. Monte, after 14 rounds versus FaZe, dispatch of Fluxo with ease.